So some really interesting stuff happened today, and if you don't know what happened today, let me tell you, because we're starting today with some good news. Because we finally have a ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel. And if you don't know, Lebanon has been getting attacked a lot by Israel ever since the ceasefire between Iran and the US. But today, finally, Trump announced that he talked to Israel Prime Minister and Lebanon's president, and they're finally gonna have a ceasefire, a 10-day ceasefire. So Trump called both of them and they finally agreed that the ceasefire is gonna happen. But there is a little bit of an issue because Hezbollah is the one who's actually fighting Israel, not Lebanon's government, right? So the issue is Lebanon's government is the one that agreed on this ceasefire. But there's a thing. Hezbollah said, yeah, we agree on the ceasefire, we will not attack. But we have conditions. And the conditions are that first, Israel must stop all attacks in Lebanon. Very reasonable, right? And the second one is that Israel must actually leave Lebanon. But there is a small issue. Israel said no. They said that we will not leave southern Lebanon and they will keep a 10-kilometer security zone. That's an issue because Hezbollah said that if those demands are not met, they can start the fight again at any time. So we don't know how stable this ceasefire is, but at least for now, we got an announcement that there is a ceasefire. But actually, guys, let's analyze together the ceasefire announcement that was written by Trump, because he said, I just had excellent conversations with the highly respected President Joseph Aoun of Lebanon and Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu of Israel. These two leaders have agreed that in order to achieve peace between their countries, they will formally begin a 10-day ceasefire. That's what we just talked about. But that's a big one because he said on Tuesday the two countries met for the first time in 34 years here in Washington. Yeah, that's a big one. With their great Secretary Marco Rubio. Anyway, let's go to the last part where he said, it has been my honor to solve 9 wars across the world, and this will be my 10th. So let's get it done, President Donald J. Trump. Okay, let's first of all remember that the war or the fighting between Israel and Lebanon happened because the US attacked Iran. So technically, the war happened because Trump started the war. So now he's getting credit of ending this war that he kind of started. That's a little weird to me. But you know what? Whatever makes him happy, I guess. He got the ceasefire. There's a ceasefire for 10 days. So finally the people of Lebanon are going to have some peaceful days after the hectic week that they've had. But yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen. But before we switch to the last story, actually, I had also to tell you what Trump wrote, because he said, I hope Hezbollah acts nicely and well during this important period of time. It will be a great moment for them if they do. Well, we're going to see what's going to happen about the ceasefire, but I don't know if that's a threat or if that's a normal message. But to be honest with you guys, I really hope this ceasefire actually stays, because Lebanon has been having some really, really bad days ever since the start of the war. Actually, Lebanon had it worse than Iran even. So yeah, let's just hope this ceasefire continues. So now that we talked about some good news, let's go to Turkey, because there are some really, really devastating news that happened. Because in Turkey, in a span of 2 days, there were 2 school shootings. And thing is, guys, Turkey is not one of those countries that has a lot of school shootings. No, it's very rare that it happens. And to have 2 in 2 days, it's just messed up. Because apparently the first one happened on the morning of April 14, where a student, a 19-year-old, actually former student, went to his old school. He had a shotgun with him and he just started attacking people, okay? And unfortunately, 16 people were injured, including 10 students, 4 teachers, 1 police officer, and 1 cafeteria worker. But after the attacker was cornered, the attacker shot himself and killed himself. So that was the first one. But unfortunately, the second one is actually the worst in Turkey's history, like ever, because unfortunately, in a secondary school, that's where 10 and 11-year-olds are in, a 14-year-old got 5 guns with 7 magazines that he apparently got from his father, who was a former police officer. And he got into the school and started opening fire randomly. So he got into Aisha Shelik's secondary school, and yeah, randomly he just started shooting. No target, just started shooting at people. And unfortunately, because of that, 9 people were killed, including 8 students and 1 teacher, and 13 people were injured, and 6 are in a critical condition. After the police closed in on the attacker, the 14-year-old killed himself. And that is messed up, because first of all, that's a 14-year-old. That's a child with so many guns going to a school, which is definitely messed up. And also, Turkey has very, very strict gun laws. Like, you have to be 21 plus to have a license to own a gun. And it's not one of those countries, again, that has school shootings. But unfortunately, 2 happened in 2 days, because the first one happened, and then 28 hours later, the second one, which is the worst in Turkey's history, also happened. So my condolences to everyone who got affected in this horrible attack. I'm really sorry, Turkey, and I really hope something like this doesn't happen. Like, what actually could be done to stop this from happening? Like, is talking about it a good thing? That's actually something I had in mind. Like, is talking about those shootings actually making them more popular? Is it one of the things that is promoting it? Like, I don't want to say it that way, but it's just a thought. Like, are they increasing because people are seeing them happen, and it's just giving the ideas in their head? I don't know. It's just an idea that came to me, and let me know if you disagree with me, but I don't know what would be the way to stop those, because they're horrible. But for the next story, let's actually go to Sweden, because Sweden is doing something very interesting in schools. Because Sweden actually uses so much technology in schools. Like, apparently in their schools, they use laptops, tablets, and screens. So yeah, they were like, let's give the kids more technology so that they get used to it. Like, and actually by 2015, 80% of high school students had their own computer or tablet. And by 2019, every young child in preschool had to use digital tools, okay? So everyone was like, wow, Sweden is so advanced. That's amazing. They're teaching the kids how to use the technology so that they get better in the future. But Sweden was like, you know what, guys? It's 2026. We're going to change that, and we're going to go back to paper. Because Sweden started to realize that the more they use technology, the dumber people get. Yeah, seriously, because apparently by 2022, they were like, 24% of their students who were aged between 15 and 16 could not read at a basic level because I don't know, technology. And they compared it with former years, like 10 years before, and they're like, wow, the scores are getting worse. And comparing it before, they were getting worse. So they're like, wow, okay, so the more we use technology, the worse students are getting. It was weird, right? Like, I thought using technology is good because technology is the future, but apparently students are not as smart anymore. I don't know. But now Sweden is changing how their schools are, because for young kids, tablets will not be given to any child under 2 at all. They used to, but not anymore. And preschoolers now will not have to use screens. Remember, I just told you that they have to use digital screens? Nope, not anymore. And also, for all the students, mobile phones will be banned in schools in 2026. And for learning, apparently schools will get $200 million to buy textbooks and teacher guides. Yeah, they're back to textbooks. No more tablets, no more laptops. They're actually going back to paper because they realized, okay, using books is a lot better for students because they're actually reading, not like on their screens, like swiping between like different applications or going to different websites. No, you're on your book, you're reading, and that's all you're doing. You're not on different things on your tablet or on your laptop. And people are now confused. There's a big debate going on. People are saying, no, you have to teach kids about technology and AI because that's the future. And other people are saying, look at the data. Kids are getting dumber. Like, no more screens in schools, no more technology. Let them go back to paper. And it's a big debate that's going on, but I honestly don't know which side to pick. So I'm asking you guys, what do you think is the right choice? Should they go back to paper or should they just use technology because that's the future? And let's move to the next story because this story is kind of wild because we're going to Kenya because apparently in Kenya, a Chinese man got arrested because he was smuggling ants. Yeah, ants. Because the man, whose name is Jong Kukun, apparently was smuggling 2,000 live ants. But those were not normal ants, no, because they were queen garden ants. And those ants are the most important ants in the colony. And the queen ant is like the mother of the whole colony. Like one queen ant can actually produce thousands of other ants. So it's huge. It's a very important ant, this one little queen ant, and apparently without her, the whole colony cannot survive, okay? But this guy put each ant in tiny test tubes and packed them very carefully so that they stay alive. Why? Because that's the crazy part. Each queen ant could sell for $220. Yeah, $220 for one ant. And he had over 2,000 ants in his suitcase. Like, bro would have made over 400,000 in total. That's crazy from selling ants. Wow. But he wasn't lucky because at the airport, he was caught and he was charged. And apparently, he's going to jail for 1 year. That's a lot for smuggling ants. And he's gonna pay a $7,700 fine. And Kenya also arrested the guy who sold him the ants. His name is Charles Mwangi, and yeah, that guy is also going to jail, but right now he's out on bail. But that's crazy. There's a market for everything apparently. Now people are smuggling ants. Wow. People are weird, guys. Like, what the heck? And for the last story of today, it's kind of interesting because you guys know Nutella, right? We love Nutella. Well, Nutella, for the first time in its history, is making a new flavor. Yeah, because Nutella is now coming up with its new flavor, which is peanut Nutella. Isn't this just peanut butter and chocolate? Wait, that's just Reese's. Okay. But you know what? I think that would be really tasty, but still, this is literally just Reese's. Wow, thinking about it, now I actually want to try it. Wow, peanut butter and Nutella together? Wow, okay. Well, that sounds delicious, but yeah, that's all for the news. Seriously, they're just coming up with a new Nutella flavor for the first time in its history, which is kind of crazy to me because I didn't know that Nutella never made any other flavors, but apparently they didn't because Nutella was selling really well. But now they want to change it up, spice it up with some peanut butter. Wow, okay. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. And again, if you want any stories, let me know in the comments. I love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow.